Hi, everybody. How's everybody? Hope everyone is well and good. Welcome back to another VT podcast. It's been a while. We've had a few commitments, so we've been struggling to try and get one in. But today we've been lucky enough to get one in. We're going to be talking about the up and coming game against Fulham at Villa Park this Sunday. Thank you to Fans for Diversity for the support, and also Luke Roper for his continuous support, and the Villa Foundation. Let's get this underway. I've got a special guest today, and I've got a Fulham fan, Amirah. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you so much for having me along. It's a pleasure to be
Excellent.
amongst such
No,
quality company.
brilliant stuff, brilliant stuff. And let's get straight into this today. We played Fulham on Sunday, and last time we played Fulham was obviously in the league. We did win, though. We won 3-0. We played really well at the time. But I'm a Villa fan that I always remember Fulham beating us in the playoff final, which was a heartbreak for me, being a Villa fan. But how are you thinking of your season this season, and how's it been since you've been up? And from a fan's perspective, how are you getting on with that?
It's been, do you know what, typical Fulham. It's been turbulent. I would class myself as quite a newish fan in that I became a fan in 2009, and that was around the time when Sir Roy Hodgson, I'm a big fan of him as well, was managing the team, and we were in that euphoric Europa League competition where we reached the final. May I just add? So yeah, I'm a newish kind of fan, and I've been used to this kind of turbulent episodes, really, of Fulham winning games, losing games, edge of relegation, relegated, promoted, relegated. So to be honest, I as much as that's such a cop out, I really don't know how to explain how I'm feeling with everything that we've dealt with, the fact that we've survived a pandemic, and here we are, and now I'm about to go through another set of emotions as to whether or not we're going to make it, how tight everything is, and the fact that we kind of had we've had difficult moments up until the international break, and here we are facing you guys, considering, yes, as you pointed out, you did beat us in the first game that we had with you. I think that was in when was that? Was that like September?
That
September?
was
Quite a while ago.
September 28th of September.
Yeah, there we go.
Which
So
was
quite a while ago, and it was
it
a
was a
very
while. It does
substantial
seem
win.
an absolute ages ago, to be honest.
Yeah.
But you know what? Let's before we go into the actual season stuff. Yourself, I know you're saying you're a newish fan, but you're actually a season ticket holder, and you've got a great love for Fulham, which is great, and you're actually trying to do some good stuff for the club itself. I mean, and we know that you're trying to create a group there, which is great, and which we support because your values are the same as Villains Together. Talk to us a bit about that and how you're looking to start that up then.
Yeah, so I became a part of the Fans for Diversity initiative, which you guys are familiar with, and it was just posed as a question as to, when I'm at the games, when I have a Fulham kind of experience, when I look around me, how do I feel, about being, an Asian female, and to be honest, there's definitely a lot more that we can do. I feel there's a lot more out there. There's a lot more fans out there that want to be involved, and that began the conversations with Fans for Diversity to try and see if we can connect with Fulham, who actually are running an initiative at the moment to try and kind of look at the diversity and inclusion kind of subject matter around the club, and that led to conversations with myself and with the Fans for Diversity crowd, and I'm hoping to hopefully set up a safe, enjoyable space for fans of Fulham, of all, to become involved and come just experience the fun that surrounds football match days and everything else.
No, that's amazing. I mean,
Yeah,
I myself know how hard it can be to start off a group, and but how rewarding it can be as well. And you seem to you've got the backing of the club, which is really important. And I think
yeah.
with the backing of Anwar and the Fans for Diversity, the FSA, I think you're onto a winner, to be honest. And I think it's great what you're doing. This is why we do these podcasts, is to reach out to people like yourselves, so that we can inspire and help you guys to do what you need to do as well. How can people get involved in your club, or
Sorry.
how can people get involved in your group, I should say? Or
Sorry, I got interrupted.
no worries,
Um,
no, it's cool,
Easter
it's cool,
weekend
it's cool.
madness.
We're not
So,
professionals here, don't worry. We're not professionals.
oh no, typical. You can tell I'm not in a professional environment. Do you mind repeating that again for me,
Yeah,
please?
of course. I was just saying, it was great. It's great that the club and the FSA and Anwar are supporting you, which is really, really key. But how can people or fans of Fulham get involved in what you're doing and and jump on board with the projects that you're starting to look at doing?
Well, what we're hoping to do is kind of do a campaign on social media and reach out to the local community, um, maybe even approach community groups, and just let them know that basically we're going to have an opportunity for them to just come down and experience football in a safe environment. And what we're hoping to do, which I'm fingers crossed I can get involved in positive conversations with Fulham next week. We're hoping to be able to create a safe environment, safe space for people to come down to in the community and just get involved and play football or talk about football. And then what we're hoping to do is, if that's successful, we can then move on to introducing them to your typical Saturday afternoon of watching football, and again being in a safe, inclusive space where you can just speak about what happens with what our country is involved in terms of the Premier League, and educating on all levels. So
Yeah.
allegedly we're like the football capital of the world. So what we want to do is there is a lot of people out there that just don't quite know just how special and unique we are as a country with the football that
Yeah.
we hold here and the competitions that we have. So yeah, so it's kind of that's the initial plan.
No.
And again, like obviously you've got a model there that you've replicated. You're successful with the fan group that you have within your club. So I'm hoping it's not too much a difficult task
No,
just to
it won't be.
entice.
I don't think it will be. I think you've got the passion, so that's the main thing. And I think what you're
Yeah,
doing is brilliant. So all the best with that.
thank
And
you.
and I'm sure you'll succeed in that, definitely.
Hopefully.
Let's go back to Sunday's game then. So Sunday's
Yeah.
game, we've got you guys, obviously, like we mentioned earlier. Yeah, we have beaten you, and I've still look back though to the time when you guys beat us in the playoff final, which was the worst day of my life, because I was
Were you
certain.
there? I was
Yeah,
there.
yeah, I was there, and I was certain we were going to go through, and we were going to go back up. And when Jack went on this amazing run towards the end, and we thought he was going to score, but yeah, everything happens for a reason. But we're in the league that we want to be in. You guys are now as well, and you are. If we look at the standings right now, you guys are doing okay. You've just been promoted and stuff like that, and you have had a
Yeah.
tough start. But I mean, you're
Well,
18th at the moment. You've played
well,
your
you sound
30
very
games.
empathetic, and do you know why I feel you're empathetic? Because this time last season, you guys are in exactly the
We
same
were,
position.
we
Well, not
were, we
exactly.
were.
But I feel you guys can feel our pain. So what I'm hoping is on Sunday, all the players can understand that actually, with all the games you guys got coming up, let us just play our game. Let us just show why Fulham should stay in the competition that we're in. Just ease off. Graylish, you have been injured. Grealish. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Forgive me for saying it wrong. But I heard. I'm so disappointed. I was so looking forward to the fact that. Don't get me wrong. I don't wish difficulty on any player, but I have unfortunately read that Grealish. How do you say it?
Yeah,
Grealish.
Jack Grealish.
So I heard he's training, ready for Fulham's game. So
Yeah, I mean he's
I don't
back
know
in
if you read the
training.
same.
He's back in training, and I'm
Yeah,
not going to lie, and every Villa fan will agree. We have missed him.
yeah,
We really have missed him. Our form hasn't been great,
yeah,
so we need him back. Everything
yeah,
goes through him on the pitch. But currently, what I
yeah.
like about Fulham at the moment is there is a fight about them.
Mm,
Your last time you won was a great result against Liverpool,
yeah,
which is a great result. Don't get me wrong.
yeah.
You're sitting in 18th position at the moment, with 26 points, which
Mm,
I think it's a great position to be in at the moment.
mm,
Obviously, Villa, we've had a good season
well,
this season. We've
mm,
we've invested well in players, which
yeah,
has helped us, and we're now at that great point of 41, which is great.
yeah.
Um,
What are you guys like, ninth or tenth
we're
or
10th,
something?
we're
Oh,
10th at the
there we
moment.
go. There we go. So you're 10th.
But
So really, you need to go. You guys need to relax. You don't want Grealish off on any. If anyone's going to check into this, if any of the, I would say just relax for this game. See, it's a training game. Just let us do our thing, and just let Grealish ease himself in. We don't want him injured, really. You guys want to be pushing up to,
well,
maybe a
do you
bit
know
higher
what?
than
The,
10th.
the, the thing is now,
Let us go. Be kind.
there's a lot of optimism about Villa at the moment. Where we do believe that we could have gone.
Yeah.
We could have got onto Europe position, and I think we probably could have done if Jack
Mm.
wasn't injured. And it didn't help that Matty Cash was injured as
Yeah.
well because
You guys are losing him in the summer, so you need to look at,
I
some
don't
other
know.
players.
I don't know. Football's a funny game, and he loves the club. So,
Yeah,
and it's his
yeah.
boyhood club. So, you know,
I will eat my words. If he stays, then I will absolutely. We will have another interview, and I will be like, you know what? I thought football was ruthless and fickle, but I'm so wrong. Grealish has stayed. He loved your club. I have nothing to say, but yeah,
but
I'm so used to just how turbulent the football transfer world can be. So
and as a
I'm
Fulham
such a
fan,
bitter woman, aren't I? I'm such a dad. He's gonna leave us. He's
but
gonna leave me. I'm
as a
not gonna.
Fulham fan, how have you taken to Scott Parker as manager?
Oh, do you know what? Okay, so as I said, I'm a relatively new. I would class myself as a relatively new Fulham fan in that I started going to the live games in 2009, which is the Roy Hodgson era, and then of course, I had my experience of seeing Scott Parker as one of our players,
Yeah.
and at that time he was a midfielder and he was in the whole Europa League journey, and he was one of those players that I felt grounded the remainder players. So I
Mm.
had, everyone had this respect for him. Parker just had this substance, this foundation where he was like, right, okay, let's just calm down. This is what we need to do. And I see that in his management.
Yeah.
I every time, yes, okay, maybe I'm a bit biased because I came onto the journey as when he started his journey, and that's why I'm a massive fan of him. But to be honest, I don't think he's done too badly, and
No,
I'm
I
a
think he's
massive
done
fan of
well.
him.
Yeah.
And I think, if you haven't done so, Nilesh, have you sat in on an interview with Scott Parker? And he's not a big talker, and he doesn't talk rubbish. So
Yeah.
have you ever listened to an interview with him? Listen to a Match of the Day interview, catch an interview with him, a couple of minutes, and you'll see the guy talks sense. He knows
Yeah.
what he's talking about.
But going
I'm a
back
nice
to what you
Native kid.
said, that
Yeah.
he is respected, and I agree 100% with that because
Mm,
I grew up watching Scott Parker when he was at Chelsea as a central
that's
midfield
right.
player, and
Yeah.
he is a very very good player, and he was very well respected. Worked very hard. When he played
Yeah.
football, and I think when you see someone like that going into management as well, you want him to do well. And I do hope
Mm, mm.
Scott Parker does do well because
Yeah.
he has done well
Oh,
at the
he will
moment.
do.
And at the
Yeah.
moment, you guys are what 2 points away from safety.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
what we
it's
need
possible.
is if we win, technically, hypothetically, Harry Potter kind of scenario, if we win and Newcastle lose against Tottenham, then we go up. We're safe, and that I say that in the most humorous manner.
Yeah,
Obviously, that's what I want, and I know you guys, you and your whole fan base know what this is like. You were there last season,
yeah,
the situation to be where you're like so close, but yet
yeah,
could be so far away. It's too soon to feel happy. Well,
yeah.
we're about 7 weeks in, 7 weeks
Yeah,
left.
yeah. So
Anything can happen.
there's still a
Anything,
lot to
and
play for. But
oh god,
me
it's
being a
just
Villa fan, with Jack possibly coming back tomorrow, I'm not sure if he'll start or whether he'll come off on the bench.
mm,
Um, we've had a lot of players have been rested with the international break. Ollie Watkins, yes, he played, but then he had a week off because he didn't play
mm,
as well. So he could be relatively fresh. So I am looking forward to tomorrow Sunday's game. Um,
yeah.
so I think it's going to be interesting, and I'm glad to have Premier League football back in to watch again because I feel like it hasn't been on for ages at the moment, and so I'm going for Sunday's game, and I think we will win again, and I think we will win back 3-0 again. To be honest,
Oh,
um,
really?
but
Oh,
I'm a Villa fan, so I'm going to say that. But
yeah,
they're my
of
boys
course.
there.
No,
But
you know what? No, completely. Yeah. So you think Grealish is gonna, he's gonna what? He's gonna start, or they're gonna bring him
do you
in
know what? I
later?
just obviously we just don't know because he's only
Mm,
just come back into training,
yeah,
so it's going to be tough to see if he's going to start. But
yeah,
you know what? Football's a funny game. Anything can happen, and
yeah,
if he's
yeah.
fit, if he's ready, he's ready, and he'll play.
Mm.
So it'll be great. But tomorrow, give me a prediction for tomorrow. What do you think? I mean, it's not tomorrow, it's Sunday. I keep thinking.
So could it be a replica of the League Championship final in 2018? Could it be a 1-0 to Fulham, or could it be? I have to, as like you said, you're an Aston Villa fan, so it would be absolutely disastrous for me to vote anything else. So I'm gonna go with a win. I think we're
Yeah.
gonna get the 3 points. At least, at the very least, I hope we get a point if anything happens beyond that. So I'm gonna go with 1-0, if not 2-1. But I will happily celebrate a draw if that happens. Obviously, a loss, which I don't think is going to happen, is going to break my heart just a little bit. I might tear that down. I might tear that blanket down just a little bit, just for a little bit, just to let it out my system. But
No,
yeah, that's
but I
I
think
I, I think in opposite to you. I think because do you know what? I feel like Aston Villa is like the girlfriend, the boyfriend, we're on, we're off, we're on, we're off. Yes, you've celebrated start of the season, you smashed us 3-0. But if we look at
do you know?
historic
Do you know what?
moments,
I've never heard anybody say Aston Villa is like the boyfriend. We're on, we're off, we're
it,
on, we're off. Do you know
yeah,
what? That's
if you
class.
realistically
That's
look at
class.
it, if you look at it properly, if you look at our stats, and if you look at I think this is going to be a bit of an emotional game.
Yeah.
I feel I'm gonna go with we're gonna clinch by the skin of our teeth. We are gonna clinch a win if we go with the right crowd. No doubt you've heard Mitrovic has been celebrated with his international goals for Serbia. I
But
don't know. There's some
he hasn't
crazy
played. He hasn't
stat
played in
of
your last games, though, has he? He came off the bench in your last game. I'm guessing. I don't think he started, did he?
well, funnily enough, there's controversy around Parker's relationship with Mitrovic
Wow.
in
Okay.
that Mitrovic hasn't been um, played as much as maybe I don't even know where the stats come from, whether it's the fan base or there is controversy that maybe Parker is not keen on Mitrovic's style of play. and how he is. But lately, the current gossip is a lot of the majority of the Fulham fan base. You would be crazy not to start Mitrovic in this game, bearing in mind the energy. And I'm sure you've heard of it, Nilesh. Have you seen Mitrovic or heard of Mitrovic?
Oh, of
He's got
course, yeah, of course. I mean, he's a guy that can score goals. He's got goals in him.
yeah, but you heard about his international run. He's on par. He's like on
Yeah.
record being kind of the one that scored the most goals for Serbia. There's some crazy stat out there, like he scored 5 goals in a matter of 203 minutes or something like that. So everyone's like, oh my god, if you don't play Mitrovic. But to be honest, if I'm gonna be really annoying and touch back on that girlfriend boyfriend relationship and go on the nitty gritty, I'm not a massive Mitrovic fan, only just because I'm old school. I'm an 80s child, and you're an 80s child, so you'll understand when I mean this.
Only just.
Yeah, you're just there. I'm a bit of a believer on 110% effort.
Yeah.
The constant workload, and I think that's only been the only issue with Fulham is the balance between the 110% work rate.
Yeah.
And there's just the stability around the attacking. I feel we've got a lot of talent there. We've got to bring it together, sort out that balance, and we may hit happy days. But who knows what Parker will do? Who knows?
Well,
but
I think it's gonna be a great game. Definitely gonna be a great game. One I'm looking forward to watching. And let's see what happens Sunday. But like I said, you're thinking. Well, I'm thinking a 3-0 win. What are you thinking tomorrow? I mean Sunday.
All right, I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with the 2-1 because
2-1?
I think if Grealish does play, he might sneak one in there. But I think if we play the right crowd and some of our attackers, Cordova Reed, for example, if he's fit and doing well, I think we can clinch it.
Yes.
No disrespect to Aston Villa and the crowd, but I think we can clinch it. So I'm very hopeful that we. Do you know what? Back off. We need that win. You're all right. You're seeing it happy. Just think. Do you know what? I think it's more about embracing we were there once. Let's let this. Everyone loves Fulham. Everyone does. Everyone, no matter what. We're one of those clubs. Like, do you hate them? Do you like them? Well, no, I don't really know. They're just a happy-go-lucky club, and so. I would say you guys need to back off, concentrate on the rest of the game. Just use us as a training game. Let us do our thing.
But what you're forgetting is we've got Liverpool the game after this. So
yeah, but we all know where Liverpool's heading.
Yeah, well,
that we beat them. I don't think
that's another story, isn't it?
Yeah, it is another. It's another whole podcast.
I'd just like to say thank you for your time today. You've been amazing.
No, thank you.
And you know what? I've loved hearing about your story, and I really. Good luck with your group. I think it's going to be great for football and for Fulham as well. Guys, we'd like to thank Luke Roper for all his support to Villains Together. There's 20% off if you use the VT20 code at the end of your checkout on any products that you buy from Luke Roper. Thank you to Fans for Diversity and Anwar for his continuous support. And also thank you to the Aston Villa Foundation. Thank you all. Take care. Looking forward to the game. Up the Villa.
Up Villa.